My name is Michael Valentine. My job is technical media manager for the city of Huntington. But in my spare time, what little of it there is, I am a member of the band's Chocolate Four-Wheeler, which is kind of like a science fiction horror rock band, and the Good Old Boys and a Girl bluegrass band. I am also a filmmaker for Brain Rat Productions, as well as the host and creator of The Good Time Show, which is kind of a platform for showcasing talented local people in our area of Huntington, West Virginia. I'm also developing a board game and writing and illustrating a children's book. So, you know, just the typical stuff. You know, those of us that make public art, it became weird when all of a sudden everything's shutting down. How do we do this? How do we keep doing what we do? So you start trying to think outside the box. You know, thank goodness we have technology where we can do stuff virtually. I had done, here on this stage in 2019, we did a live show, the Good Time Christmas Show, and we were hoping to do that again in 2020, December 2020. We were heavy into COVID. And so we decided, well, let's do it virtually. So we went down to the West Edge factory and we built a set. And so every day, the month of December, we released a Christmas song with me and a different band. And I don't know, it's I don't know how to put it into words. You try to do what you can. There was some bad stuff going on, and we tried to do what we could. We tried to provide masks, and we took people's temperatures when they came in, and but you just have to keep creating, and you have to keep. Musicians didn't have an opportunity to do what they were doing anymore, and people that liked watching musicians didn't have an opportunity to watch them anymore. So our next best thing was we made these videos for people to watch, and I think people enjoyed them, and I think the musicians enjoyed coming down and playing and goofing off and having a good time. Because you think about it, when did the pandemic start? That was months after it, and I don't think a lot of people had really not had a chance to do anything. So it was exciting to get together and play around with everybody. I had COVID, and for me, it was nothing more than being really tired for a 24-hour period. I mean, I don't nap, and I slept for 20 hours in a day. But for me, that was it. For other people that are very close to me, Alan Brown, who was interviewed, he had a very rare reaction to COVID and almost lost his life. He was within an inch of dying, and I'm so thankful that he's still here with us. It's just a great thing that he made it. Now, another musical inspiration of mine, my favorite West Virginia band, the Carpenter Ants, they lost their lead singer, Charlie T, to COVID. And he was he was a great supporter of mine and a musical inspiration, and a good friend, and I just hate that he's gone. So it was a serious thing. It wasn't for me, but it was for many people. It was like something we'd never experienced. Restaurants are shut down, venues are shut down, where we would be performing and bringing. What I'm all about is showcasing the talent of this area to an audience. And venues were closed. Everyone had to stay in their homes. So how do you navigate that? The city celebrated its 150th anniversary in 2021, and they asked the Good Time Show to produce a variety show, kind of celebrating the city's anniversary. And we had to do it virtually. So we had, I wanted to celebrate the past and the present in Huntington. So we had some Huntington bands, some of my favorite Huntington bands that are performing now. And we took a look back at some of the old Huntington people that had been inducted into the West Virginia Music Hall of Fame, Diamond Teeth Mary. And we had some skits and we had some fun and interviewed famous people from Huntington. And it was really fun, but it was all virtual and people seemed to enjoy it. Because of the pandemic, it had to be virtual. We couldn't have a live audience here. And my gosh, in August of that year, 2021, we had our first live show. Very weary. It was the Good Time Mountain Mamas do Willie Nelson, where we had 7 talented local ladies come up and sing the songs of Willie Nelson with a backing band. And you know, it's the question, like, COVID's not gone, but we've got to be together, having a good time together, seeing our local talent. And so we said, okay, we'd like everybody to wear a mask. We'd like you to social distance if you can, spread out. And people came. Almost 200 people came to see a live show. And to hear the deafening applause. You know, for a year we had performed in front of a camera to a cameraman, or maybe you set up the camera and play yourself. You don't have that audience reception. And the hair on your arm stands up when you hear people having a good time in the same room. I have a lot of interests, and I consider them all creative interests. Music, art, movie, filmmaking. I don't know, I just feel like I'm overflowing with ideas. None of them great, but it's all stuff that I find great, and hopefully that rubs off and comes across. What was your question? I want to say most of my creativity comes from ideas. It's just, the old hamster wheel is always constantly, could I make something interesting out of that idea? Could I make a board game out of this? Could I write a children's story about this? Would this be a funny song? What about a show just for kids? What about a game show? What if we did a live show where ladies sing songs by male artists? A Christmas show. There's just ideas just keep coming. What if we did a wrestling show? What if we did professional wrestling on this stage? It's just, you're sparked by little things you see. In fact, I think all of those words are tied together because I do draw ideas from inspiration and use my imagination to fulfill those things. I feel like I just need to create something that will be there after you're gone. It's kind of a cool feeling. After I'm dead and gone, my kids can still watch a video I made and still listen to a song I recorded. Not that they might want to. Nobody else does. but it'll outlive me. COVID has created an opportunity for creative people to take it to the woodshed. You know what I mean? You work on your craft behind closed doors. You get better at it. You work on your music. You work on your art. You practice. And then after it all blows over, look at me. I'm a professional. You couldn't imagine the list of stuff I wish I could do. It's difficult being a parent of 2 young children. Not that I don't love them. But, I mean, okay, my perfect day would be like devoting some time to writing the script for an upcoming Christmas show, practicing writing a new song for one of the bands, writing the script or getting some ideas for a movie, writing a script for a movie that I'd like to do. Coming up with a new idea for a different board game, spending a little time working with the watercolors, painting the illustrations for this children's book that I've written. I mean, I couldn't do all that stuff in one day if I had it to myself. I have about a free hour every evening to work on stuff, and I usually spend it watching TV. It's hard to motivate yourself, but do it. It's worth it. Drag your butt off the couch, pick up the pencil and draw and write. Do your thing.
All I need, Michael, truthfully, 15 seconds of you playing and looking happy. You don't need to see me.
I don't normally look happy when I'm playing. I'm normally... You want me to sing too? Pleased to meet me, reach out and greet me. Little bones not enough to please me. Country singer, warm bodies linger. Lose that palm, don't want no finger. Put away that hand, I'm known as a hugging man. Put away that hand, I'm a hugging man.
The hugging man.
That's Alan's favorite song we do.